if you don't know Aiden, he's a scheduled altar boy. He's a superstar in all sports he's ever played. He went downstate for free throw. Did you win that contest or you took second or something? Third. He went downstate representing St. Thomas and did a phenomenal job. These two guys are recruits. They went jumped right into action. Father Mike was going to be a priest, and Mr. Clicker over here, whose mother is a saintly woman and prays her to be a priest. Give me a priest? Maybe. Go like this. Go like this. Okay, good answer. Now, I'm bringing this to your attention because at 7:25 this morning, Father Simon, who's in Nigeria, managed to find a replacement for himself. At 7:20, I can't make this stuff up, folks. 7:25 the phone rings. It's Father Simon's replacement. I can't make it. Monsignor Hermes comes upstairs. Jerome, you got this? Monsignor, I got this one. Uniforms next to the bed. Throw on the uniform. Can't tell you how I got here. There are police officers in the crowd. Mass started 2 minutes late, and it ended on time. Okay? So to these young men, to all of us who are called into service at the last minute, kudos. Okay? Now, let's get a real quick question out of the way first. The Sadducees are trying to trip up Jesus. Now, they're Sadducees. They don't believe in the resurrection. That's why they're sad. You see? That's how you remember the Pharisees versus the Sadducees. The Pharisees believe in angels and the resurrection. The Sadducees don't, and that's why they're Sadducees. And that's why people are sad. Seriously. If you really knew there was a resurrection, you'd walk around broken all day. Look, from where I'm sitting, don't take this the wrong way. Some of you got looks on your faces once in a while. I'm sorry. Don't take it the wrong way. It looks constipation-like. And I think to myself, is it that bad? I know the homilies are long and tedious and tiresome and burdensome, and they go nowhere. I know that. But you can have an hour. If it's Nigeria, hour 15. So, Father Simon walked away from Nigeria still making a mistake. What a guy. Thank you, Father Simon. Wherever you may be offering Mass, in the countryside of Nigeria, probably hours of Lagos, in a village somewhere, where Mass was on for 3 hours, there were all these awesome, bright costumes. He's still finding his way to do it. Okay, how about this question? So the Sadducees are trying to trip up Jesus. I got a lot of material. I got to fast. So I'm going to get you on time. And I apologize for the parking problem on behalf of the Nigerian. Okay? So they're trying to trip up Jesus. The guy dies. The guy dies. And the brother's supposed to marry the woman. This happens 7 times. So can you play Jesus? Just for a second. Some of you at home, I'm sure your spouse will try to play God anyway. So try to play Jesus. Okay, Jesus, whose spouse will the woman be? I got an answer. She married 7 of these guys. What did she think she wants to marry one again? 0. Like, thank you. I'm serious. Like, I married 7, brother. Get out of here. I want a little soul life. My dad died when my mom was 52. She never remarried. Perfectly happy. Just ask her. Happy as a clam. Some people, that's what you need. Some of us, that's not for me. And as I get older, there's no marriage, no wife thing. It's actually working out quite well. No, I never got that. I never fell in love the way some of you fell in love. And I suspect, because of this, many women are very grateful. Okay, here's the homily. Here's the homily. Boot camp, My Friday, and veterans. This Friday past, so Saturday, Friday, my nephew graduated from the Great Lakes Naval Academy as a E1 at a boot camp. There are people in this parish right now, I want to tell you who they are. But there's a Navy captain right now at this Mass. I called the guy on the phone. Actually, I called his wife on the phone. She's Navy too. I said, look, the cadets are going to get 4 passes. Can I get a couple passes? Oh, fine, we'll take care of you. Take care of me? The guy gave me VIP passes. I got to park in a special place. My seats. There were like 3 civilians, all brass. Now, I see my mother. She's got the regular seats. My brother got the good seats. So what do? I thank you very much. I'm going to sit with my mother. So sit next to my mother. People find out about this. Because I'm dressed like a priest of court. She's like, hey, fine, you give them the VIP seats. I put my arm on my mother. I gave her a little kiss on the cheek, and I said, here's my VIP. How about that? Has anyone been to a Navy-based graduation before? It is awesome! There's 880 kids who graduate. They all get 4 tickets. No 4 tickets, you're on the list. Heavy security. So that makes what? Almost 3,500 people. They make you feel like you're on a ship. And they blow the whistle when the captain comes down. They ring the bell. It's awesome. They do marches. There's a prayer to God the Father. Very, very, and they mentioned Jesus, but they mentioned God the Father. Very good prayer. The camaraderie, the in-step stuff. It was just an awesome, awesome ceremony. The captain who took over the entire event, who was the main guy, he was retiring later that day. And the whole crowd just burst out into applause for his 38 years of service. And he started as an enlisted guy. And he worked his way all the way up the ranks. So I think I can go on and on about that. Thank you for the tickets. They were awesome and well appreciated. I won't reveal your last name. Secondly, I leave the affair. We go out for a meal. I had a buddy serving in Vietnam. He was a Marine. So he sees a bunch of Navy guys sitting around. So he goes over to give the Navy guys a hard time. So I guess that's what the Marines do. And he said to one of the, you won't get this if you're not a military person. One of the kids who graduated had two things on, two already accomplishments. He's like, he's an E3, he got 2 things on. My brother's like, I was in Vietnam for a year, I graduated in E1, I had 2 bullets were flying over my head. How does this guy get 2 ribbons and an E3? Well, he explains ROTC, there's college courses, and if a Navy guy goes to a shooting range and gets qualified in firearms, they get another special thing. My brother looked at me and said, when we were in Vietnam, the Marines all had a saying, keep the guns away from the Navy guys. They didn't appreciate that. Okay, so I leave lunch and I go, I can't make this stuff up. I go to my local, I'm on 120. I got the wrong information how to get there. Take 173, don't take 173. Take 120, it's faster. I step off in the Starbucks. I'm going to the drive-thru. The guy's name, it says, the old name tag, it says Rome. I go, your name's Rome? He goes, no, my name's Roman. I'm like, okay, Roman. I said, I've been to Rome 10 times. He goes, no, you haven't. I go, yes, I have. He says, how do you go to Rome 10 times? I'm a priest. He goes, no, you're not. Yes, I am. So I pull my collar aside. I said, my name is Jerome. He goes, no, it's not. Yes, it is. And he said to me, he says, Father, I was baptized Catholic and I've been with the church a long time. My girlfriend suddenly got her faith back and I'm thinking of going to RCIA. I couldn't help myself. I said, Roman, God sent me to the Starbucks to invite you back to church. He was touched. And I said, you know why? I'm Catholic, I get to receive communion. It was an awesome meeting. I pull out with plenty of room to spare. And some person, now I'm not going to tell you what gender, slams on the brakes and starts doing this. I get wrong in the Victor Road Bridge. And I'm thinking to myself, I just did a very good, nothing happened, no crash, but some lady, she had to talk about having a bad day. I mean, this is like road rage on steroids with Tourette's. So I freaked out. I mean, I'm old school. I don't do road rage. So I pull over his shoulder. I just really pull over his shoulder. I'm just like, lady, what are you going to do? Apologize, give you money? Nothing happened. So I thought to myself, I just did an awesome deed. And now I'm not saying she's the devil. I'm not I didn't say that. No! Or a messenger of Satan. Satan spawned. No, I'm kidding. What it's not coming out. Okay, new thought, well, I thought, listen, if I do a good deed, that's what happens often. Think about that. You're right, this was just a chance, providential meeting with this kid, and now I'm getting stuff. I said, Lord, this is how you treat your friends. I think to be one of your enemies. Let's continue with Father Jones' day. So I leave there, I go to the nursing home. I'm not going to tell you which nursing home. One of these nursing homes, bunch of nursing homes. Someone's dying. I got to be very careful with medical histories. So someone's dying, and they want to go to confession to me. And it was profound. The person was on drugs, I give you that. Because sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes you're a little more forthright, or a little more descriptive, or a little more honest or humble. I was in the presence of the saint. The person described the shadows, they described their darkness, they described the light, they described falling away from the light, they described finding the light, they described embracing the light. There was no fear of death in that person. I'm going to go off on a tangent. I'll get you back to this person in the hospital. In the first reading, those guys died rather than offend their Jewish faith. They took a burning and a torture rather than offend their faith. How many of us could say that? How many of us have those kind of convictions, that kind of solid, anchored-rooted principled life? There's things called compromising. There's also things called folding. They wouldn't fold. They wouldn't offend their faith. Why? Because they were firmly rooted. Number two, they believed in resurrection. This person's confession, I hear, I hope they're still with us. I'm not a doctor, nor do I play one on TV, but I did stay at the Holiday Inn Express. I can't help it. I went off the check. The point is, this person whose presence I was in, that person believes in the resurrection. How much do you believe in the resurrection? I believe in the resurrection. Think about the resurrection. So I have that meeting, then I come here for a wedding. The city clerk of the McHenry County Courthouse, her husband died many years ago. She's getting married to the CEO who retired from Centennial. His wife died of cancer. They fell in love in their 70s. It was awesome! What a day! And then they're in their 70s. Again, I never had this love thing that you people play and sometimes do have. They had it. And you could feel it. It was palpable. It was tangible. They were so much in love. In their 70s, it was awesome! Yes! Yes! Actually, their children are all well grown, I know. There will probably be no children. They decided to adopt them in their 70s. But it was just such a powerful, powerful experience. And then I guess last day, I was with a good friend of mine. I had a good friend, a very close friend. When I was first made a priest, a brand new priest, which would be 14 years in a couple months, right in Cary, Illinois, I was a priest. A guy comes out of Mass and he gave me his last name. I said, oh, the Mass was for your father. He said, no, it was my brother. He died in the military service. He was a top gun Marine. He died. I said, I'm very sad. My brother died. So we became close friends. We were very close friends. It did help his wife to actually cook. So many years go by, and my son gets deathly ill. Just a freak illness. I don't want to get into the details. Anyway, months in the hospital, months he's there. His wife with unbelievable service and care of him. He's in church right now. Right now he's in church. I'm not going to tell you where he is. He's sitting in church. He's been in the church. In a wheelchair. Tons of surgery. Unbelievable. Preaching. What a guy. What character. What discipline. What a heart for God. So I went to their house Friday to say hello. I go dinner with them. Before I left, the guy says to his wife, tell Father I want to say my night prayers. So I go next to the bed, and I'm like I was a kid again. And I said, nice prayers with this guy. That's just heroic. That's just awesome. You can't make stuff like this up. And people miss Mass all the time. People miss Mass knowingly and willingly. They deny Jesus' love that wants to come into their souls. And this guy comes with all his injuries, and he gets wheeled in here. You know how I feel about these people. And sometimes it's anger. Usually it's sorrow. Why do we even do this to the Lord? What do you even do to these people? What do you do to you and me? He gives us all this. You're not sick. You don't got a brain tumor. What do you do? And if you do, I'm sorry. And I'm sure we all lost somebody. But he also offers us a heaven and a hope and a love from with God. We got to remember this, folks. Don't bring yourselves down. Don't get so much negativity. Say the Lord rejoice. Let me end with this. So before the dismissal of the graduation at Great Lakes Naval Base, the captain says, I want to ask right now for all the veterans to stand up. And my brother didn't want to get up. So we pushed him up. And what a moment that was for me. I'm a proud military family member. My father served, my brother served, and now my nephew served. And I'll tell you something. I don't know what's going on. I've been around the world, folks. I've been around the world. 59, I don't know how many countries. I'm going to get 60, I'll go 100. As bad as this place can be for some of you, as imperfect as it may be, as many problems as we have, this is still the best country on the face of the earth. And if you come to Mass, if you say your prayers, don't ever forget those brave men and women who every day, oftentimes thanklessly, lay down their lives for our freedoms to do all the great things we're able to do. Praying for our president, praying for our government, and getting us all somehow back to one nation under God with liberty, justice for all, born and unborn. Thank you, United States military and their families. Happy